Attention passionate Dallas, Cowboys. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Dallas, Cowboys. Let's get to the news. If you've been paying attention to the NFL buzz lately, you know things are heating up in the NFC East, and the Cowboys are right in the middle of it. Rumors are swirling about a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up the landscape of the division, and it involves none other than Tyreek Hill, the lightning-fast wide receiver from the Miami Dolphins. Now I know what some of you might be thinking, Tyreek Hill, for Dallas. Well, buckle up because the latest reports suggest that the Cowboys are seriously considering making a splash to bolster their offense, and Hill is at the center of that conversation. Let's start with the Dolphins, who are currently sitting at 4-7, a record that's disappointing given their expectations at the start of the season. Miami still has some cap space, around $20 million, and they're clearly in rebuild mode, especially after firing Mike McDaniel's coaching staff, which was supposed to be a playoff-caliber squad. The Dolphins are looking to shed some salary cap to extend key players on their offensive line and defensive line, and they're willing to listen to offers for their star receiver, Tyreek Hill. Hill, at 31, remains one of the most explosive wideouts in the league, even after missing some games early in 2025 due to a lingering concussion issue. His PFF grade of 66. 4 isn't as high as in previous years, but let's be real. His ability to stretch the field makes him a game changer, and his stats speak volumes. Over the 2025 season, limited to just 4 games, Hill racked up 21 catches for 265 yards, an average of 12. 6 yards per reception, and scored 1 touchdown. His yards per game of 66, 3 and a target count of 29 show he's still heavily involved when healthy. Makes Hill such a prime target for Dallas. Well, his speed, still lightning quick, can open up the entire field for Dak Prescott and the Cowboys' offense. Think about it. Hill's ability to force defenses to double him deep creates so many mismatches underneath for CeeDee Lamb, who's been solid all season with a PFF grade of 88. 6 and over 800 yards receiving. But what Dallas really needs is that deep threat, someone who can turn short completions into game-breaking plays. Hill, with his top-tier speed and route-running ability, can do exactly that. He's like having a cheat code in your playbook, capable of exploding for 50, 60, or even 70-yard touchdowns at any moment. And let's talk about the impact he could have on Dak and the entire offense. If Hill joins the team, Dallas's passing game could see a massive boost, projected to add around 300 yards through the air, which would push their total offensive yards into the league's top tier. Plus, his presence alone could elevate the red zone efficiency. Imagine the possibilities when you add a weapon like Hill in the red zone, making defenses scramble to cover all the field. His ability to force missed tackles, 28 in 2025, and force mismatches on the defense makes him a matchup nightmare. This could lead to a significant increase in third down conversion rates, which currently sit at about 39%, potentially rising to over 53%. That's the kind of upgrade that could turn close games into guaranteed wins and give the Cowboys a serious shot at making a deep playoff run. Now, how does this compare to the current WR situation in Dallas? CeeDee Lamb is clearly the top guy with a PFF grade of 88. 6 in a solid season so far, but he's not the deep threat that Hill could be. With Hill stretching the field, defenses will have to pick their poison. They can't just focus on Lamb anymore. They'll have to respect the vertical threat Hill brings, which opens up so many options for Dak and the offense overall. It's almost like transforming the Cowboys' passing game into a true 2000s Colts-type attack, with Harrison and Wayne, but in today's NFL. The difference? Hill's home run ability can change the course of a game in a blink, especially in the playoffs when every play counts. Now let's talk about the numbers that matter, because you know the Cowboys are all about efficiency and impact. Hill's addition could bump Dallas's points per game from around 29. 6 to a top 4 league position, giving Dak more opportunities to do what he does best, distribute and score. The Super Bowl odds could see a dramatic shift, moving from +20 to +4 500, which is a huge jump, signaling that the Cowboys could become genuine contenders if they land a player like Hill. And it's not just about boosting the offense. Hill's speed and explosiveness could be the X factor that helps Dallas beat tough defenses like the Eagles, or even in playoff matchups against teams like the Lions, where big plays are often the difference between victory and defeat. Let's not forget, this isn't fantasy football. This is real NFL, and the Cowboys have a real shot to make this happen. The trade talks reportedly involve a first-round pick in the 2026 draft plus a third-rounder, which is a steep price but one that could pay off in a big way. The Cowboys have the assets, the cap space, and the motivation to make a bold move now. They're in a window where they could push for another Super Bowl, and adding Hill would certainly put them in a stronger position. With Mike McCarthy's offense already leaning toward vertical routes, Hill's arrival would turn the Cowboys' attack into a nightmare for defenses, reminiscent of those high-powered offenses from years past, but with a modern twist. Looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade could send shockwaves through the entire NFC East. The Eagles have been dominant this season, but the addition of Hill to the Cowboys could make things even more interesting. Dallas has been knocking on the door, and a weapon like Hill might be the final piece needed to push them over the top. Imagine Dak Prescott with his strong arm and leadership, throwing bombs to Hill, forcing defenses to respect every part of the field, and Lamb working underneath. Opportunities galore and defenses struggling to keep up. Of course, nothing is guaranteed until the deal is done, but the signs are clear. The Cowboys are eyeing a serious upgrade, and Hill's name keeps popping up as a key target. It's a move that could define their season and set them up for a deep playoff run, maybe even bringing that elusive sixth Lombardi trophy back to Dallas. The fans are fired up, the team is looking to make a statement, and if this trade goes through, it could be one of the most impactful moves in recent Cowboys history. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you guys think? Are you excited about the possibility of Tyreek Hill donning the star and lighting up AT&T Stadium? Do you believe he's the missing piece that can finally push Dallas over the edge? Or do you think the price is too steep for a receiver who's already on the back nine of his career? Whatever your thoughts, one thing is for sure. This potential move is adding fuel to the fire, and Cowboys fans are buzzing with anticipation. The season's far from over, and with a weapon like Hill, the Cowboys could rewrite their story and climb back to the top of the NFL. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.